I'm gonna record this before we can have it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna actually go to my email. And I'll send you all of these too where you can have them.
Okay.
What I use, because I just keep them in a folder in my email. And I had all this stuff set up, but then I end up getting on one of my friends invited me to a Zoom training, so I got on it. And as I was on it, I had to close everything else down on over here. But anyway, I got all this. I can get this. Hold on just a minute.
You want to lunch tomorrow? Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you take a can? You can take a can, right?
Yeah.
And this won't really take that long to show you what I'm doing. And I make
sure.
Oh no,
that's fine.
I make sure I get text me your email. I'm gonna email you these right here.
Okay.
So I got a folder in my email, and I keep it, and it's called marketing. That's like where my where I keep my marketing stuff that I'm gonna use, basically like copying and pasting. So you see like right here. So if I'm dealing with somebody that's already in network marketing or they in some kind of sales or something, can you see that right there, Christy? Right there where it says, "Hey Ryan."
It says, "Hey Ryan." Yeah.
I use this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I keep this for people that's already kind of like in sales or they might be doing some network marketing. I don't care where they at, because you see right here, I got Florida. So I was targeting somebody in the state of Florida.
Right.
Yeah. So then for people who I don't know, I use this one. You know, I don't know you, but I recently,
right.
Then I use this one for people that I don't know. So and I'm going to show you examples on how I use it. And then this is the formula where I kind of go by. And you saw this when we was on Jessica training.
Yes, on Jessica's training.
Yeah, so basically these the same thing. And then this is for people, someone you know. This is for somebody I do know. So I'm going to use this one. And then I got for people who they might like be like health conscious. Let's say like if I was trying to prospect Shane or Barbie or somebody, I would send them something like this because I know they in the health and they work out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So like the ones that I did, I kind of took those and I created them to like friends that like my friends that knew who Barbie was, my friends that worked out, my friends that are like teachers. Okay. Gotcha.
So you did yours to teachers and stuff like that, right?
Yes, because like they worked since I was just trying to build my customer base. And since we were all going back to school, I was kind of like trying to hit like, since I knew they worked in the school district and I'm like, this is what we're using. This is what my family's using. Our kids are using, especially since you work in the district, you're going to be around all the kids all the time. So, yeah.
So it was something that really helped them. So, okay. Now I'm gonna go back to Facebook and I'm going to show you kind of like what I do every day. But let's go back a little bit. Let me show you how to increase your engagement on Facebook, because that's the thing right there. I'm gonna go back because you need more people to see whatever you post on Facebook. And the whole key to getting this engagement stuff up and going on Facebook is one of the first things I do every morning before you post anything on Facebook, you got to go comment on other people's stuff.
Right.
Yeah, leave a heart and comment on other people's stuff, right?
Like I remember you told me that when we were at Sean. So the first thing I do is I go to all my birthdays and I put everybody's happy birthday, and then their anniversaries pop up, and then so I'm like, well, and then I go and comment on yours.
Yeah, so you do all of that before you post anything. So if I go to Messenger right here, and you probably gonna see what I sent out today. I don't know why my internet running so slow. But here go my messenger for today. And most of my message is like, it's either new people that's going to reach out to me, or it's like this, where I reached out to them about what we have.
Okay.
But the first thing, I'm going to scroll at the bottom. I got to go down and see here, this guy named Larry. I sent them one. Hey, Larry, I know you do not know me, but I noticed you was in California, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's what I do. So I go through that. But this is like the third thing I do every day. First thing, I'm posting on Facebook. First thing in the morning, I'm gonna post something, but I got to set everything up before I can make sure that Facebook gonna give me engagement. So what I do is I go and I'm gonna go way down here somewhere. I don't know why my internet just running really slow tonight.
It's on overload from everybody going back to school and everybody doing homework now and catching up.
That's probably what it is. I bet that's what it is because I mean I've been on it most of the day and it's been moving pretty fast.
That's how it is over here. That's what was happening with me today. And because like some of the kids, we don't have like the best internet down here. I mean, we have it, but it's like pushing the limits. And now with everybody doing virtual and everything, like my connection at work was slow today. And I'm like, this is not helping me at all.
So you see,
and like today when I was in the line with waiting for Blaine, that's where I've usually been posting doing my reach outs is in while I'm waiting for him in line. I couldn't even connect. And I'm like, this is crazy. I can't even connect right now. Like it would not let me connect at all.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But you see where I went like 12 hours ago, where it's all these happy birthdays? That's what it is. First thing in the morning, most of the time, it's either the first or the second thing. I go in there, and what you can do is, you see in the search bar right here where it says search Facebook? You can just put birthdays in there. And when you put birthdays in there, all the birthdays that are going to come up for the day is going to pop up right there.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me see. I could have just did that. I mean, this internet is like dragging like crazy. Man, what the heck? My internet moving so slow. So see, then it went back to Spanish for some crazy reason, but I'll figure that out later. Whoever look at this, they're gonna be like, man, Christy understood Spanish and Troy don't understand it, and he had this computer running in Spanish. Yeah, so here go all the birthdays, and mostly what I did is I sent these people all happy birthdays, and it breaks it down by the day. So every day I already know, and most of the time it's only like 10 or 15 people that I have to send happy birthday to. So then I do that, and then I go back, and then I go to my homepage, and then I go back and I comment on a lot of people's stuff. I mean, like at least I spend at least 10, 15 minutes leaving comments on people's stuff, on like some of my friends that I see constantly all the time. And what happens when you do that, you start building a tribe, because what'll happen is they'll start coming on your stuff. And I go in there and I show you some of my friends that actually I comment on their stuff. I had to go back to my front page. Hopefully it stay. I don't know what I'm gonna do to my computer. It's gonna switch over to Spanish. But you see today I had like 112 likes, and I had like a bunch of comments and stuff. And I'm gonna group some of the comments. See, can I open it? And then like Mary Kay, them they in a Roga. But I got like a lot of people that's down here. Let me see, can I find some of the people that just started following me not too long ago? Yeah, like Sandy right here, Candy, I mean. I go here, I'm gonna go to her page, and you'll see that I comment on a lot of her stuff. And the reason why is because every day, no matter what I post, because I only post twice a day too, I'm only gonna post like early in the morning, and then I'm gonna do a video. And then on Saturday and Sundays, I'm not gonna do no videos. I'm just gonna do a post. She posts a lot, but on a lot of her stuff, you'll see as we go down through here, I love it. I like it. You know, I like a lot of her stuff. So that creates where she'll go back and she'll like my stuff. And I leave comments on a lot of her stuff too. And that's just one example. I think what happens with a lot of people when they look at social media, they look at it like, let me just post something and see what happens. But Facebook want that engagement, like we talked about over there. LinkedIn don't really care about the engagement. I mean, you don't use it anyway. Instagram don't care about the engagement either. So if I was doing Instagram, and you know, Instagram is basically like a cell phone thing, so I would be able to get it where I can show you here. But on Instagram, let's say like if you was my friend on Instagram, right? I can open you up, then I can hit followers, whoever you following, and then I can go through there and I can click on their stuff. And if they don't have their account set on private, I can actually shoot message, and I can take them same messages and I can shoot them to people on Instagram. So I do probably about 20 to 30 people on Instagram every day where I shoot a message basically saying, hey, I know you don't know me. And a lot of times I did that one a little different. I took out the where it says the city the place, because I don't know, a lot of times on Instagram I don't know where they at, you know, so I just kind of modified it a little bit where it don't say nothing about the area that they, you know, city or state. And I've actually been getting a lot of people reaching back to me. And even from here, like I'll show you on LinkedIn, I had this lady right here, Kay, she reached back out to me not too long ago. And I just sent her the video because, you know, I told her, give me 5 minutes. I sent her this and she said, tell me more. She in the Dallas Fort area. So, but the thing about it is for you, and the reason why I said stay in your warm market, because, I mean, you had like 900 some people on your phone. You got 1,500 some people on your Facebook. Some of the people on your Facebook is going to know you. A lot of them people are going to become customers, and a lot of them are not. Some people are just going to ignore your message, and then some people that, you know, they're gonna say, no, Christy, it's not for me or whatever, and that's fine. You just said no problem. I always said no problem. Who do you know? Right. Who do you know who might be in? I always said no problem. But could you do me a favor? If you know anyone that who might, you know, need this product or looking for ways to make extra money, could you give them my number? That's my script. That's what I use in almost every scenario, even as I do LinkedIn and Facebook. Now, if I do Facebook and they already in network marketing, and I know they already in network marketing, I don't ask for a referral because they building their own business. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. But on LinkedIn, I don't know what they're doing, so I always ask for the referrals. So, but if you do like you've been doing like 20 a day, and if you do 20 a day, you'll start getting some people. And the thing about it is, it's really like a mindset shift where, like me and my friend, you know, Forrest, we did a Facebook Live today, and that's where we just kind of talked about that. Man, if people could just shift the mindset of this, like I'm offering people something that's gonna help them, and it's their choice to take it. And I understand that the majority of the people that I offer it to, they're not gonna take it.
Right.
But they still gonna, if they your friend, they still gonna be your friends. And if they not your friend and you playing in the cold market, it don't matter anyway. You don't know them. So for me, when like this lady Kay, I reached out to her. I do not know her from the person walking out down on the sidewalk right now. And every day, if I play big enough, I'm gonna get at least one negative person.
Right.
Yeah, and that's like in anything. But I really wanted to share that with you on really, because I know you're on Facebook. On Facebook, just make sure, just increase your engagement before you post anything on Facebook. Just make sure you actually go and, you know, do the birthday thing, like and leave about 10 comments to some of your friends' things, and then watch your engagement to start increasing. And a lot of
then that's what I need to start doing, is posting more, because like I will go in and I'll do exactly like you said. I've gone in, I've started, like, first thing I've done is started doing happy birthdays, going through stuff, liking stuff, putting more comments instead of just liking, actually trying to comment on it. But I don't post a lot. And then Shane, and that's something Shane told me the other day when I was there. He's like, do you know that picture that you put of the kids on the first day of school? He said, have you seen it? And I'm like, no, not really. He said, do you know that you had over 150 likes in less than an hour?
Yep.
And I'm like, no. He said, you have got to do stuff like that. He said, every time you put Blaine singing on there, he said, you go to like 100 likes in less than 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay. So I just have to start figuring out how to post more.
And you know what the goal is, like what I learned from Ray Higgins, because we went to the 14-day challenge thing, is that you want to post at least once a day on Facebook.
Okay.
And that can be like something positive. That can be like you with your kids. It could be anything, because they want to see, Facebook want to see consistency. But your friends, then they'll be like, man, okay, what is she doing? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So if you start all of that kind of, and stay away from Aroga on Facebook. Right. What I mean by that, don't mention the company name, because what happens with that is people start Googling Aroga and they'll be like, oh man, Chrissy doing one of them deals.
Right. Exactly.
Nah, you want to be the person that gives them the information, especially if they're your friends. You see what I'm saying? You want to be the source of when you sit down with them or you're talking to them on the phone, because they trust and they know you. So what I try to do, when you look at my stuff on my Facebook, you see, I try to just stay real, real positive with everything. But the stuff that you do with your kids, or you know, or you put a picture of yourself and you put something above it, yeah, they're gonna eat that up. You're gonna get a lot of likes and stuff. Cause I saw that too, where I think you ended up with like, I don't know, maybe 300 likes on that one picture.
Yeah, I think that's what he said on the kid's picture. He said that was the kid's picture. He said one little picture, and he goes, I'm serious. In less like than an hour, you had over 150 likes.
Yeah,
okay. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so you did like 150 likes so that fast. So, you know, you can do stuff like that. You can even, for you, every once in a while, you can put something else. You can put something out there like, hey, man, I ran across this awesome product. It's been helping, you know, me with whatever. Or I ran across this awesome product. It's helping my friend, you know, with whatever. You know, and then you just get them on the phone and then you tell them about the product or whatever. Or, you know, hey, I started doing this business. And ever since I started doing it, I've been making an extra $200 a month or $100 a month, whatever that is, right? Because no matter what, people are looking, and you don't do that a lot. You might do that like once every 3 weeks or something, put something else out there where it makes them like, man, okay, what is she doing? You know,
what is she doing?
Yep. You want to, because it's all about curiosity. You want to make your friends so curious where when you do reach out to them, they're going to be like, I've been wondering what you was doing. Or they're going to actually contact you and say, okay, you got to tell me about what you're doing. Because you weren't even on Facebook that much. Because for you, they're going to be like, you posting stuff every day, positive stuff and picture of the kids. And then you come and say you making an extra whatever a month now, or you using this product and you feel amazing. You know, they're going to start coming to you.
Okay.
Yeah, but that approach, you know, for you, it should move faster because most of the people know you.
Okay.
And they're going to see a shift from you actually starting to post on Facebook and stuff. So on Instagram, do you have a lot of your friends on Instagram, or the majority of them on Facebook?
No, I think a lot of them are on both.
Okay, well, I would do both then, like, because you could go like images, you can go to like Google and just put whatever, you know, success quote for Friday, and you put it in Google and search it, and then go imaging, and it'll pop up an image. You can just scroll through the image, you can save one, and just go post it up on Instagram. Because if you start, then like the same picture what you took with your kids, say you took of your kids, you can post that on Instagram. First day of school, whatever. Me and kids hanging out, bam, take a picture. You know, stuff like that. Because it'll build your engagement up, and they'll start seeing that you're more active and stuff. And then when you start approaching them, they're gonna be like, "Well, I know you was doing something because you started doing stuff that that you didn't normally do." Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, and it makes it more easier for you too, because then your friends and stuff are starting to reach out to you. Or when you actually reach out to them, they already knew, like, man, I know you was doing something. But sometimes they was too afraid to ask or whatever. But they'd be more open to actually take a real serious look at it.
Okay.
And I got something too, and I did a lie today, and my dog did not want to let me do it. I mean, he was like really, really, really crazy. So let's say like if you went to somebody and you wanted them to really take a look at the business of the product, right?
Okay.
And I went to you and you was just like, I don't know, Troy. You know, you can, and I give you this too. I make sure you get all this stuff. Just shoot me your email. And this right here I picked up yesterday from a training I was on with a 7-figure money earner in the industry. And he was like, I would say, hey, Christy, you're way too smart not to take a real good look at this.
Okay.
I'm not saying that you're going to do it, but I'm saying, Christy, you way too smart not to take a real good look at this. You're going to take a look at it if somebody come at you like that, especially if it's a friend.
Right.
You don't think if, you know, me and you was talking or Barbie called you and said, hey, sis, you way too smart not to at least take a look at this. What are you going to do?
You're going to look at it.
That's the same thing. And then he came out with something else that says, have you heard the news?
I saw that one. I watched somebody's video on that. It came out and it was just, was it John or some guy named John or something like that?
Yeah, John. It was John. Yep.
Yeah,
John
it was John. And he's like, you just used the have you heard? And I was like, oh my gosh.
And I did that yesterday to like 4 of my friends, and all of them replied back, what? Yeah, and that's why I was on the training with that. That was the training I was on yesterday. John is like a 7-figure money earner, yearly earner in network marketing. So anything I try to learn from them guys. I just go apply it real fast. So, but that's the key right there, Chris D. But anything you need my help with, just let me know, because I really think you can get that real fast.
I know. I was like I said, I was going and I was going, like today I hit the snag. Like yesterday, it wouldn't let me do it again in the school line, but then I had to take Blaine to the eye doctor. That's how come I posted my post that while Blaine was in the eye doctor, I was shooting out my stuff because there was I had service at that point, and I knew I was gonna have to come home and start making dinner. And then they never have homework at the school. This school never ever gives homework, and Sarah Lynn has had homework every single night this week already. And I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all are killing me right now.
Wow. And the thing about it too, what you might want to do is, like, since the kids, have homework and stuff like that, and you know your time and stuff, just do 5 a day. And I'm telling you that because you can make up on the weekend. You do 5 a day and maybe do 50 or 60 on Saturday.
Well, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, if I can't get all 5, if I can't get all 20 down, I have to at least get a minimum of 5 out a day, because 5 is better than nothing. So
yeah. Because as long as you're being consistent, and are you still off on? Well, you got this big inspection coming up, so you're working on Fridays. So
right now, after September 11th, no more Fridays. I'm done.
That's cool.
I can breathe.
That's cool. But no, I would probably cut it down. That way it'll take the pressure off of you. I probably would cut it down to like 5 a day. And if you do that, you're going to have some follow-ups by Friday. And then if you got time on Saturday, maybe pick it up, boost it to where you do 50, just to kind of make up the difference, because, if you do 50 or 60, that's only going to take you probably about an hour or whatever, because all it is basically like copying and pasting. It don't even really take that long. But it's the
no,
part
it don't.
The part that takes the longest is falling back up with the people.
Right.
Yeah.
And right, it is. That is the longest point. That is the longer time.
And I want to tell you, I really appreciate you being active in the group, because I think that really motivates everybody else to kind of get active in the group. Because I'm gonna call some people out tonight because they say, "Oh man, yeah, Troy, I want to learn how to do it." And guess what? Only one superstar showed up.
I'm the only one that showed up. Woohoo! And see, so the other night when you did the webinar, I got on late, and I'm gonna tell you why I got on late. So I manage properties, right?
Yep.
So earlier that day, I got a new camera system in, and earlier that day, I saw something on the cameras that morning, turned into a huge thing, like had cops there. I'm evicting somebody now because of it all. So it's been this whole thing. So I ran to Brookshire's. I'm like, I got to run to Brookshire's real quick. I'll be back in time for the webinar. I get to Brookshire's and I'm walking out. It's like 7:15. I'm walking out and I run into the cop that's on the night duty, and he stops me and he's like, "Hey." And I said, "What?" He said, "We were on your property last night, right?" And I'm like, "No." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Why?" He goes, "The same thing, but this is the story that was told this morning." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So he's there talking to me and he's like, "I heard you got a new camera system up and all this." So he's over there telling me now, and then we're talking because he's like, so he's supposed to be getting out of jail now. And he starts telling me all this, and I'm like, okay, I need you to do extra patrol tonight then if he's getting out of jail, because he's going to come back and probably try to retaliate or something.
Yeah.
And by the time I got home, it was like 7:45, 7:50. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hurried up, logged in, and I'm like, man, I missed the whole entire thing.
I saw when you logged in because I had to, Zoom kind of changed their thing, because I guess for the privacy thing, anytime somebody log in, you got to accept it.
Right.
Yeah, because I know one of my friends, he a police officer. Well, I got a lot of friends that's police up in Frisco. They work at schools and stuff, some of them. And they were saying it's crazy with that Zoom with these kids on Zoom, because they doing crazy stuff. He said they had the one kid was on Zoom, and because the teacher can see him, right? And the other kids can't see him. He had his gun and he kept loading it up.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy, yeah. So he was just he said he thought it would have got easier with the kids being on Zoom, but he was like, man, it's worse because they at home.
Yeah. And the bad thing is that because parents have to work, there's nobody there with them. I mean, sometimes there's literally nobody there with them, and you're expecting also, because they're high school kids or like partially high school kids, that they'd at least you'd be okay with them, but nope, I guess you're not.
Yeah, because like in Frisco, they have a lot of kids and stuff that like shoot and kill themselves almost
Right.
every year. So it's like, what my friend was saying, what's gonna happen when one of them kids really have the gun and put it to their head and blow their brains out right there on Zoom?
Yeah, on Zoom. Jeez.
That's crazy. But nah, I'll let you go. Thanks for getting in. But if you need any help with it,
I appreciate everything that you showed me, because believe me, I learned a lot. I did.
yeah, and if you need my help with any of this, but text me your email too.
I will. I'll send it to you right now. As soon as we get off, I'll send it to you right now. That way you have it.
And I'm gonna forward you everything that like them letters I use. That way you can actually put them in like a folder or whatever. And it's just copy. You're already doing it. Just copy and paste it. That's it.
Okay.
Yep. But with that, you have a great night. Hey, post something in the group me that you got on. You learned, because I'm finna post something in a minute.
I am. I was fixing to say, oh, y'all missed a good training. Where y'all at? Y'all weren't there. So.
All right. Well, you have a good night, Chrissy.
You too, Troy. Thanks.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye.